How is everybody today? Hats on. It's about 68 degrees outside, and I've been pulling my hair out because I can't go quicker. And boom, 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 14 times 14, 196, 13 times 13, 169, 12 by 12, 144, 15 by 15, 225, 17 by 17, 196, 18 by 18, 324, 19 by 19, 361, 20 by 20, 400. 20 by 21, I don't remember. It could be 441. 441, the Mayan number. 21 by 21. 19 by 19 is 361. Minus 361 equals to 80. That's our difference, okay? That is the difference in the gateway, in the gematria level of numeric values. What I mean in the gematria of generic values is that G and T are the top of the pyramids, okay? G and T, 7 and 20. Now there's a whole game that goes on here. It's a whole game. It has, I mean, you can't play the game unless you understand the game. And then you need to understand the realm in the game and everything outside the game that's not inside the game in the instructions, because you're only playing the inside the game. You're not including everything that goes outside the game. And everything that goes outside the game has to come inside the game in another respect. In the respect of moving pieces. Should I buy the property? This is something that's outside the game, that's in a numeric value, that tells you a story, but only by playing the game and buying and selling and getting caught and going back home, or which man to move. I'm sorry, yum, Monopoly, whatever game of pool, whatever you hit the ball, and if you miss, and if you're thinking of what's going to happen afterwards, okay, that's the game I play. It's a tough game. I have to remember. I have to understand. I have to know the 80 difference. I have to understand the 14 by 14, that the two letters that it creates in a generic value in numbers, and not in gematria, but in gematria and in numbers and in Chaldean, and most of the values, that A, B, C, D is always A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4. In many equations, occasions, E is also included there, and these numbers are so pertinent to whatever goes on in the totality of the reality of the better understanding of the difference, which is the relativity, which is relative. It's how come and why. Do you want to know this is the same thing as this? Yeah, yeah, because this is happening in this period of time. And this, okay, is happening in this period of time, except I condensed it for whatever I marked down on the sheet. My heartbeat is 7 beats per 60 beats per second, per minute. So I'm going to take this minute and I'm going to do this. And that's your 60 beats in a minute. Now, if I told you my heartbeat is 60 beats a minute on average over a long period of time, over a year, okay, and you just want to go the average, you're going to go like that, okay? If you want to base it on volume to movement, oh, did you see that cat's tail? Okay, let's not go on with this. What I want to bring up, continuation of my gematria talk, is that G and T, there's only two letters. Two letters. 7 and 7 equals 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 7 minus 7 is 0. That is 50. That says half. It's the point right over here to the two sides of 6 and 6. So to complete this triangle for the first 7 of 6 and 6, okay, which brings me a 6 average, because I'm dragging myself. It's like hooking up something here, and I'm walking down 7, trying so hard to get to the end, but it's almost always the moment you're at, and the vision and the reality of what's going to happen within a certain period of time that is relative. Yes, my life can end right now, but while I was speaking, it wasn't, and it took the time to speak from this second to 12 seconds later when I finished speaking of the words you just heard. And it's the last word that is the N word. It's like we always got a tail of what I just said to the N word of what I'm speaking. I should be pulling out my hair. That's why I had to cut it all off. I was thinking so much. I thought it would grow, but I rubbed it all out. So we now have the 7 that comes with F and H equals to 8 and 6, 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 5, 5, 5. 7 and 7. There's 4 letters that go with the FH. On one side, on the other side, 66. But this is 86. This is 86. These things, who created this? If God is real, then who created this? From whose brain? If we're the extension of everything he is, and our reality is only the creation of the relativity within what our creation is at the momentary of the action, all those thinking thoughts are coming from an outside source. An outside source. But because you can manipulate it in the momentary relative brain that everybody can hear and see me moving, it's just me. I'm guilty. I'm just guilty because I am. So here's 3. And if I show you the other side of 3, I will be showing you 4. And if I take these, it's not a magic trick. It's not a magic trick. Tick, 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 tick. Whoop. 3, 4. 3, 4. You saw the 6 there. So what do you think's at the other end? Since you saw the 3 and the 4 are opposite you, and you see the 6, right? You must see a 1. And if I turn it around, will it be a 1 or a 6? It'll be a 1 or a 6. If it's the 6, then I have 1 and 1 together in the center. If it's the 1, I have 6 and 1 in the center. And there are 6 sides to 2 dice. So we're going to turn it around, and you're going to see the 1. So automatically, you know, when I turn these 2 around, sorry, you think I tricked you? Here's still the 6, here's the 1. When I turn these 2 around, what are we going to see? That's right, 6 and 1. The same as I show you now, that I show you 3 on this side, and I show you 4 on this side. And if I open the center, you will see, that's right, 3 and 4. That means no matter what I do, no matter what I do inside 3 and 4 and 6 and 1, I would automatically turn it over to 55 or 52 or 22 or 55. And I turn it over to 52, and I turn it around to the same numbers. And then since I saw 1 and 6 on the outside, I'll see 6 and 1 on the inside. And 3 and 4 on the outside of both sides. I ain't no magician. I just remember. The only reality of the relativity and a confirmation because of creation from an outside source. An outside source. No, this says outside. This has distance. Or is this the tunnel? Why do we always point like this? Why don't we just point like this? When we have exact directions, right, we're always usually going to go, it's that way, it's that way, it's that way, it's that way, we're going to go, it goes up. We're not going to stick our hands in and say it goes up, or it goes up, or it goes down. But when we say it could be this way or this way, we're not saying it can be that way, or it can be that way. It's that way. Oh, ooh, tennis elbow. Okay, so now let me get on to the continuation of what I was talking about, and that is this. When we get to the relativity where 7 and 7 equals to 5, okay, in 5 average is I and E in Gematria, and I'm going to have to get out my other book now. I dislike when I forget a book somewhere. Anyways, the E gives me 20 because there's 4 letters inside the E family. Now I have to look for, no, this is Chaldean. Hold on a second, that's Chaldean. That's Chaldean. That's Chaldean. That's not good. It's taking time. And I stopped the camera for 5 minutes, like death, right? Stop the camera for 5 minutes, like death. Because I was still moving, but you saw nothing. And you're seeing the continuation of the addition to a video that I stopped and made go while you wouldn't even know, because it's for you, it's just whoosh. So there's a separation of time. And also that I'm doing the video, you might be cooking lunch right now, at this very moment. The moment that you're not even thinking about what I'm saying right now, you're cooking lunch. It's 12:28 Eastern Standard Time. What are you doing right now? Will you remember when you watch this video what you were doing on the 10th of the 8th month of the 10th day of the 2017, the year of Nibiru? 20 and 17 equals to 37. The year where the cube connects to man and A and I, because 3 times 7, 3 plus 7 equals 21 and 10. 10 is the connection of the two worlds, 5 and 5 shown on the 10 card. That's where I'm going to go get that, because they're on each side of the pyramid, shown to you by Gematria, by leaving the T and by leaving the G and the T in two separate areas as the seventh number, but leaving together as a separation of area space of 1 and 1 of M and N, in where R and R put together 1836, a 360 design in the small letter of R and not in the big letter of R, where the rabbit ears go up, turn it upside down, put a nose on it. It's Bugs Bunny, Donald Duck. Bugs Bunny, Donald Duck, the letter R. Letter R. Oh, sorry, letter R. Oh, looks Russian to me. So what we're going to do with that letter R is we're just going to bubble it, right? We're just going to bubble it. If we want, we can even put a little nose on it and make it a Bugs Bunny, right? Or I'm just going to turn it this way and just let it be Donald Duck. Quack, quack. Bugs Bunny, Donald Duck. Bugs Bunny, Donald Duck. Donald Trump, Barack Obama, Donald Duck. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But did anybody know that this is just one half of the other side? Did anybody know that if I do that, what you don't see in the separation over here is the letter I and the letter H. Letter H and letter I. Letter I is Bugs Bunny. Letter H is now Donald Duck. Donald Duck, Bugs Bunny. Since we got big ears is Mickey Mouse, and that's, well, who had big ears as the last president? The last president with the biggest ears in the last 10 years. In the last 10 years. I didn't say big head. Okay, so what is this? Oh my God. If I drew this identically alike and painted it red and put the bar this way, it would say not do not enter, but occupied. If I leave it green and I take away that line, it's empty. I know. I saw it on the bathroom door yesterday. Green go, red. So when we come back to this, when I split this 0 in half, I've got two sides of nothing. I've got two sides of nothing, where they come together at 1 point center area divided, above is below. What do we get? We get 512 and nothing. 1250. 1250. And this is where Earth gets split with Mars, all connected by the center heart of Mercury. 52 Earth, 51 Mars, 25 1/4 of 15 of 1/4 of the 60 seconds on the clock. 5 and 1 is 6, 5 and 2 is 7, 2 and 1 is 3. 3, 3, 6, 7, 8. 5 times 2 times 1 times 0 is 0. 5 times 2 is 10. 8 and 7, 15 and 9, 24. 9 and 15. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2. 3 and 2 equals to 5. You can say the word CO. You can say the word, there's a couple of words inside here in the S letter. Okay, the S letter, if you really want to look, It's telling you, you can make me a 9, you can finish me off as a 6, you can make me a 9, you can finish me as a 6, you can complete me as an 8. Do not enter. The red sign is up. And 7 and 8, area to Mars, 6, 7, 8, 21, only separated in a deck of cards. Only separated in the cards by understanding that the 7 has 1 up here. That the 6, 7, and 8 all show 6 the same. The 7 is 1 different from 6. The 8 is 2 different from 6. The difference between 8 and 7 is 1. If we put them all over each other, all we're going to see is the 8 card of 666. These tails, putting them together, I put something in the center, keep it away from the sides round. I'm not sure what the design is going to be because it takes time. Showing you the 10 card, where each one owns its own reality, taking this 10 card and bending it at the 9 position. Bending it at the 9 position. Remember, in Gematria, there's only 7. So if I have to go 7, 8, 9, the 9th one is H. And the thing about H is that in Spanish, when you say H in Spanish, it's going to tell you like this. I'm going to go and switch this and put this. Now listen to what it says in Spanish. I'm going to try and get the sound really up. H. H. It's not talking. How come? Well, anyways, it's not doing it maybe because I have my camera on right now. But when I write H as the letter, it says marido, 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 Mars, 13, 14, and 18, 31. When you start with M13 and you switch it back, it becomes 13, 31, 11 times 11 times 11, 13, 31. Anyways, I'm getting off the subject. That was marido, 13, 14, and 18 is 31, 40, 44, and 15 is 54, 59, and it tells me the letters E and I. And we're going to get back to where we were with the letters E and I over here. And we see that the E and I are both in the 5th row. DJ, 10-4. 10-4, where the 10th letter becomes the 4th, where the 17th letter becomes the 4th, where the 23rd letter becomes the 4th. Inside the sun, electric company, the gateway right over here. This one over here connecting 3 and 4 DC power. That means the 7 seems to be talking about moving pieces or parts because 8 and 9 are missing. So something is transporting something somewhere else, and now we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 8, 3, 7, 2, 6, 5. This 2 will then become an 8. These 2 will come together as 7 and 8. Remember I started off this whole thing with 17 and 20 on the roulette board. In which, let me see, on the roulette board, I must have it in here. Transferring from one side to the other, right? Looking for the 7th gate. Do I have it in here? Oh, I might have it here. I got the setup. Just give me a second. I got one part of the setup right over here. I have to build the center system, right? I have to build the center system. We speak with one voice. Oh, here's the roulette right over here, right? And in the roulette, it goes, where am I? It looks like I made a mistake. Is that possible? I don't see the center. Oh, I duplicated it without the center. I removed the center in this. Let me try and see it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Why is this missing? 16, 17, 18. Why is this missing? Anyways, I just want to show you over here. This here, okay, is 17 and 20. This is either a mistake or maybe this is reversed. Maybe did I flip it? No, I couldn't have flipped it because this is 34. I don't know what I was doing here. Maybe I was just showing off the T's. Okay, the T's, 1, 3, 9. The T's, okay, over here, which is 1, 3, 5, 9. The T over here, which is, I think it's 1, which is 19, 21, 23, 27, 1, 3, 5, 9. And then the same thing over here. And I'm not showing you the rest where it shows you 2, 2, 2, and then I just completed the whole thing over here. Okay, so we didn't see it, and I'm going to show it to you on the next page. No, I don't have the design here either, but I will show you where 17 and 20 come out right over here. Right over here. See the way we have these, the widest part is over here. I don't know why it came out that way. I don't remember. I can't tell you everything. Sometimes it's lost in translation. Well, I can remember one day. Right, ABC6. It becomes the H and the I. Here's your H. Here's your I. We have to think. What's the question? Quale? Las Vegas, eh? That's just Las Vegas, eh? Las Vegas card. Let's not get into that or this book. I'm going to get back into this. So we saw that we need the beginning, okay, of the pyramid, okay, is G and T, which is an average of 5, right? 5. 7 and 7 is 14 is 5. Here the average is 6. Here it's 2. Although the number is 5, the average is 2. The number is 6, it stays 6. The number is 7, it becomes 5. 7 and 5, G and E, in through the moon. Because it's 6666, right? And you don't have to count the first 6 if you count the last 6. You don't have to count the last 6 if you count the first 6. But anyways, let's not get into that. So now where the 5 value becomes 2, and then it becomes 8. 5, 2, 8. And that is the center cross of the number of values. The DJ, okay, is a total of 4. It becomes 7. Jesus Christ. The halfway house. Actually, it's Jesus. Okay, just let's say Jesus. Then we go to 3. It becomes 12. It becomes 3. 3, 3, 3, 27. Red Sun, Lovejoy, Planet X. CKPX, Planet X. Into Beloy. Almost like saying loyer or rent. Becomes 8. Becomes 8. 2, 4, 6, 8 remains 8. 8 and 2 is the cycle. 2, 2 and 2, 2, 2 and 2, 2, 2, 2 and 2, 2, 2, 2. And when you blow the shofar, it's 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Then the 1. Amends, to make amends. I don't know, but amends, right? Amends. To make amends, 4 and 4 and 1 is DNA. 8 and 2, cycle of the moon. 3 and 3, Lovejoy. 6 and 8. 2 of these become 6. 4 of these become 8. Remember, we always have to play the numbers. 4. DJ. Communication, 10-4. The first 2 letters from numbers to gematria is 10-4 communication. 10-4, 8. 8 is heaven, heaven of Mars, because H and 8 of that letter. And Q, okay, the queen, is 6, 6, 6. Why? It is the reverse. The queen is the 17th letter. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, 1 minus 7. 6, 7, and 8 equals 21. 21 to the 10 world equals to the high sky. 1 will always come in with 2, and 2 is divided and could be the 2 separate worlds of 5 and 5 inside the 10. 1 will be the birth inside the 5 and 9, and 3 will bring them all together. The Ace 2-3 card, the Ace 2-3 card will make a single card of 3. Here is your Ace card, which is found in the 5 card. which is separated by the 2 moons in the 8 card, in which the 9 card and the 5 card are the same cards. Maybe it's just my lungs. Power up my company. I only cut out what was not there. See the why? Yeah, I could have come around. I could have made a big 0 and have the other design, but then I cut apart my card. So I had to stop. Should I have gone? And if I would have gone on, and I will for you because you're in front of me, I want to show you what will happen. When we finish it like this, take a good look what you see. A leaf, or how about the spade? The spade is now created because I cut out, look at that, I cut out. So now what am I left with? I'm left with that. See the 4 corners? Same thing. I keep scratching my head. Let me go on and finish this. Okay, so now we have all these numbers. 1 goes to 4 DNA, 2 goes to 8, 2 times 8, 2 plus 8, okay, equals 10, 16, 26. That is the Z. The 26 is the B and the F, and in the piano, the B and the F have no black key on it. It's also part of location. 2 and 6 is 12, 2 plus 6 is 8, 8 and 12 creates 8 and 3, and that creates the church, which creates the steeple, which shows you on 2 sides of, and brings us back to which design? Basically, let's say this design here. See this over here? See this over here? Here? Just give me 1 second. Well, now the minute the legs begin in 5, 4, 3, and that's it. 3, 4, 5 is the beginning of the legs because 1 and 2, right? 1 and 2, is that your separation? One area between 2? Or is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? See, we have these 3 parts here, and I'm going to just finish it not in the camera. But now we have to understand, is it a road going forward, the ace, meaning the road going forward? Why is the ace so big? Because that's your road going forward. If I continue on for a few more lines, right, wouldn't that look like it's going forward?